don't matter if it's sunny, if it's rainy, if it's snowy, if it's hailing. We're coming to play. We're coming to play, yeah? Let's get it. Hey, let's get it. Let's get it, man. Hey, let's be great today.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Backseat Huddle podcast, episode 58. Today, I'm talking about the standoff, the defensive standoff between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars. More specifically, I'm going to start off with the Chiefs. Welcome to the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is officially experiencing what life in the NFL is actually like, where he doesn't have it all and things aren't perfect. He's going to figure it out, but right now, he is getting a big, fat fucking spoonful of reality. For Patrick Mahomes' first 5 to 7 years or so in the NFL, he had the perfect scenario. And that's okay, because Brady also had the perfect scenario when he first entered the league 20 years ago. Patrick Mahomes, up to this point, has had the best offensive coach in the NFL. He has had 2 Hall of Fame pass catchers, and he's had one of the best offensive lines in front of him in the NFL for his first couple seasons in the league. And they were overwhelmingly healthy for his first few seasons. Then last season, Tyreek left, and they had Travis Kelce, the eventual Hall of Famer, and a bunch of guys at wideout. But he still had one of the best offensive lines in front of him. Now, Travis Kelce is banged up. Offensive line is average to above average at best, and his receivers still aren't elite. That's what the NFL actually is. Things aren't perfect. He's had it really good, and now things are coming back down to earth. He's going to figure it out. He's going to get it right. They're going to get back to scoring more points, and they're going to get back to being the offense we're used to them being, because he's just too damn good, and his coach is just too damn good for them not to. But he is currently experiencing what life is like for other quarterbacks in the NFL. He is currently experiencing the reality Joe Burrow has been living in with a poor offensive line, the reality of what Justin Herbert has been living in with all of the injuries, so on and so forth, where not everything is perfect. Welcome to the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. Shifting gears, the Jaguars are the best team in the AFC despite their loss on Sunday. They beat themselves on Sunday. Christian Kirk couldn't get his feet down on 2 separate touchdown passes. Calvin Ridley suffered pass interference from the goalpost and couldn't bring one in. Trevor Lawrence also missed a fairly open wide receiver in the back of the end zone. They had the ball on 1st and goal at the 1, down 8 points, and they got cute and didn't try to run it in with Eitienne or didn't try a quarterback sneak. The receivers also dropped what felt like 1,000 passes. It was fucking brutal to watch if you were rooting for the Jaguars. They just shot themselves in the foot all game long offensively. And despite all that bullshit, they were still in a position to tie it up at the end of the game. They just couldn't convert. They just couldn't quite make it happen. And Calvin Ridley missed the catch to bring it to a 2-point game. He missed the catch by this much. His feet were this far out of bounds. They were literally this close to having a chance to go for 2 and take the game to overtime. They were 0 for 7 in the red zone against the Chiefs. There's no fucking shot that happens again for them in any game that they play the rest of the season. Defensively, they were great. The Jaguars might have the best defense in the AFC. I might be overreacting after 2 weeks, but their pass rush was great all day long. Their secondary was all over the Kansas City receivers, Travis Kelce included. They picked off Mahomes twice, and they did a pretty good job against the run for most of the game as well. Through 2 games, the Jaguars defense is only allowing about 15 points per game. The reality is the Jaguars are an offensive line away from being considered the best team in the AFC. That's the main root of all of their issues. They're having trouble running the ball because there's not a whole lot of space. They're having trouble protecting Trevor Lawrence at times. Pass protection is a bit of an issue. That said, we watched Joe Burrow take the worst offensive line in the NFL to the Super Bowl and then the AFC Championship game in back-to-back seasons. Things are still looking up for them, even if they don't 100% clean up the O-line. I would just really prefer if they did. And if they did, watch the hell out for the Jaguars.